Hey guys, what's up? It's super early in the morning right now. Actually, I mean for me it is really. I mean, it's 6 in the morning right now. Friday, November 16th, 6:01 a.m. This is actually the time that I usually get ready for school. So since I have a little bit of extra time this morning, I figured that it'd be time to finally do an update video. And I can't call it a weekly update video because ever since school started, it really hasn't been a weekly update video. Hopefully, I'll get back on track there. So, it feels like forever, too. Like, I don't know how to say that, but, like, this last 3 weeks, I think, since the last video, has really felt like a lot of time has gone by and stuff. I don't have that much stuff to talk about, though. I mean, from what I can remember of the last 3 weeks, I just have a couple things to talk about, so I'm gonna get into it right now. The first thing I want to talk about was my birthday was, October 27th. And it was a really cool day. I mean, it's a cool time of the year here in Arizona because they have the Arizona State Fair, so that's always cool. And this year, and the State Fair is cool in itself, but they also have free concerts, and they're usually really cool names. I mean, lots of really cool bands from Godsmack and Megadeth to like Rihanna and all kinds of Snoop Dogg. A very cool range of artists and stuff, and they're free. So this year, Korn was playing on my birthday, and I've been a fan of Korn since forever. So for them to be playing on my birthday and not having to travel somewhere to go see them is incredible. So again, the concert was free. The upper level is free, but so I actually paid for a good seat, and I actually had a pretty decent seat. Here's a picture of my spot. So that's a really good spot. I guess the floor, it's hard to get a good seat in an arena because even the floor, if it's standing room only, you're not going to be able to see the stage as well, and it's just I basically think that the seat I had was pretty damn good. So Korn came out, and well, actually the thing is that the show started at like 7 or 8, and they came out like almost right on time. And there was no opening act. It was just Korn. So I'm gonna say maybe 8 because 7 sounds really early, but it could have been 7. I don't remember. Korn came out, and I was like, "Whoa, dude! No opening act. Just right on time and everything." So they came out, and they were good. They sounded great. They came out playing an older songs off of their first 2 albums. I think they're called, it's the same set list that they've been playing for a while, where they play the older songs first, and then they play the new dubstep-y kind of stuff, and then they do their greatest hits kind of ending. So it was really cool. It looked like they were having a good time and stuff. They sounded really good. Here's a little bit of video. So, that's just a real quick sample there. Like I said, everybody was having a good time. The band looked like they were having a good time. The actual crowd looked like they were having a good time. It was a free show, at the fair, packed arena. Everything was, great times were had all around. And I had a great time, On my birthday, I couldn't have asked for anything more, really. So then when I got out, I was in a fair. Like, I think I got out at, it couldn't have been 8:30. If it started at 7, it could have been 8:30, but it could have been 9:30. Somewhere in that time frame, I got out. So there was a lot of time there to walk around the fair and stuff. There was a lot of stuff to see, a lot of sights and sounds and smells and stuff. It's very overwhelming. So here's a couple of real quick pictures of things I saw. As you can see, a lot of sights and sounds, but at some point I made my way into the petting area where they had the animals, and I ran into these animals right here. You too, you guys. That's awesome. Hi.
Do you think a horse could actually fit in here?
So, oh my god, those, I don't know, I don't even remember what those are, like sheeps or whatever with the dreadlocks are ridiculously cool. Alright, so the last thing I want to mention about the fair was the food. I didn't get to have a lot of the food, but one thing I think the highlight of the experience for me was I got a deep fried Snickers, and here's a real quick picture. It's like, I just have to say, it's the most incredible thing ever. It's like a warm donut with like a Snickers inside and like chocolate on top and powdered sugar, and it's just like incredible. I think that every Snickers should be served that way. And I also tried a little bit of a deep fried Reese's too and stuff. I think next year I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna make a day out of just eating the food, but like trying to pace myself, because I think if you ate like all the deep fried stuff and everything, you'd probably have a heart attack right there. So I don't want that. Another thing, I was actually looking for like some of the more rare, like not rare, obscure stuff. Like I mean, I don't even know what that would be, but like deep fried like crickets, or not that I want deep fried crickets, but I mean something like that, or like deep fried rattlesnake, or I heard that they even had deep fried scorpions, but I didn't see anything like that. All it was like, you know, deep fried hamburgers, cheesecake, Snickers, and candy bars. Stuff like that. Everything else was kind of typical. So I don't know what I would have done if I would have seen a booth with a deep fried scorpion. Like, I would definitely have wanted to see it. I don't know that I wanted to try it. But anyway, so that was the nighttime. My birthday in the nighttime. So traveling back a little bit to the morning, I actually got this. This was a present. I did a video on it, so I don't want to talk too much, but I actually got this really sweet guitar. It's badass. You know, I'm actually looking forward to really doing a full-on review of it, but you know, I guess I'm just like, as much as I wanted to do this video, time has just gone by and I haven't had the time to do it. But then also I'm kind of wondering, I guess I'm overthinking it a little bit. It's not keeping me from doing it, but it's definitely, I feel like I'm overthinking it, because I'm thinking, like, okay, so I'm going to do a review of it, but like, who am I, like, like, I only have one amp, you know, and I only play in my style, and like, and I'm saying, so like, is this for like a country music player, or like a classic rock player, or like, or is it this like some guy that likes Static X, or is it some guy that likes, you know, older country, or whatever it may be? And I'm thinking like that, and it's like, well, what amp do I use? Like, I mean, I have one amp, it's actually a Line 6 amp, so I can get different sounds, but it's like, I'm not going to show off every sound of the amp, and I'm just like completely overthinking it. So, yeah, I'm hoping to get that video done soon. And I'm really enjoying the guitar. I have probably nothing but good things to say about it. Yeah, then I think last week, I went to go see Gemini Syndrome in concert. I was going to see Gemini Syndrome at a local place here called Joe's Grotto, and I love Joe's Grotto. It's freaking awesome. It's here in Phoenix, and it's nice to just not be able to go, not to have to go down to Tempe to see a concert and stuff. So I'm really liking that place. In fact, it's actually a really cool place that I might go to, even if I wouldn't necessarily go to the show, like if it was in Tempe or something, but I would go to it just because it's close by, and I'm pretty sure it's usually going to be a reasonable price and stuff. So yeah, Joe's Grotto is awesome. So yeah, I was going to see Gemini Syndrome, but actually they were opening for a band called, the headliner was a band called Butcher Babies. So, yeah, this was the headliner band. They're called Butcher Babies. I'll get more into them in a second, because I have a lot of stuff to say about them. Yeah, they're cool. They have two girl singers. The first band I saw was Anomaly. They're my friends from their local band. I think the actual opening band canceled, so Anomaly ended up being the first band on. So I ended up seeing like like 3 of their songs or something, 2 or 3, and they sounded good. You know, they have a new member. It's like a DJ sampler keyboard kind of guy. He was standing off, from what I could see, he was standing off to the side of the stage. And supposedly he's gonna help out with the sound of their new CD, so that should be pretty cool. Can't wait to check that out. And then Gemini Syndrome came on. that's the band that was really drawing me there. Here's a couple pictures. So, I was really close right there. Like, I always am at a Gemini Syndrome show. And they sounded great. I really liked them a lot. They sounded really, really good this time, though. I think they have a new guitar player, and they just sounded better than I've ever seen them before. And some of this, I think they were playing newer songs that I haven't heard before, and they sounded really good. And they sounded like more aggressive, and they were just more... not to say that they were ever bad. They were really good to begin with, so it's just that much nicer, So yeah, here's just a little quick sample video. So yeah, there you go. That was just a real quick little taste of what the show was like. Definitely I suggest checking them out, especially if they're playing anywhere near you. Let's see here. So then, I guess, at that point I could have left and I would have been totally happy, But I wanted to stick around for the Butcher Babies. And so again, this is a band I'd never heard of. I knew nothing about them, so I'm going to show off a picture again. It's, 3 girl singers. 2 girl singers and a... then the band, they're really hot and stuff. So I wasn't sure. And then with a name like Butcher Babies, I was thinking what is this, like Alice Cooper kind of thing? I wasn't sure. And then I saw this, they're all covered in blood and stuff. So I was like trying to think what exactly am I getting into here? But anyway, so they came out and they were like, oh man, I can't even describe it. They came out and they were like, the 2 girls were really what I was really interested in, because I was like, where is this gonna go, So they came out and they were just like screaming like, oh man, I can't even emulate it. It was like basically they came out, I was like, dude, this is like, they're like a death metal band, and it's not what I was expecting at all. It was like met my expectations of what would have been a good performance, and I was like, wow, this is freaking cool. And so then at some point the guitar player, who kind of reminded me of Wes Borland, kind of gave me a Wes Borland kind of vibe. Again, not in the playing style, because it was more of a leaning towards death metal style of guitar playing, so that's not really Wes Borland, but just in his vibe and his stage presence and some of his playing style, a little bit Wes Borland like, which is a good thing in my opinion. I think that's freaking awesome. Well, anyway, so he brings out an 8-string guitar, and at that point, this was like maybe 3 or 4 songs into the set, and at that point I was like, stop paying attention to the girls, and I was like really just fixated on that, because I don't see a lot of bands playing 8 strings, and I don't know a lot of bands that do, so I was just like really fixated on it, really interested. So yeah, that was badass, and so I thought that was just great. So after the performance, I was like, wow, I'm gonna go buy a CD, and I wanted to buy the poster because they were signing. The band wasn't there, I don't think. The drummer was, but he wasn't there by the time I got the poster. He was gone, so I only got the 2 girls to sign it. I don't know their names though. It's Carla and I forgot the blonde girl's name. She's really friendly. The whole band is really friendly. You get some free stickers that came with any purchase, I think. I don't know. It's really cool. And then here's a CD. It's an EP, like a lot of bands are releasing now. It's 4 songs, and then this is what the CD looks like. So yeah, really good stuff, really heavy, a little bit Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper-esque in the lyrics and stuff, and even in the stage presence, like they came out covered in blood and stuff. And then it was one of these times where I was like, oh right, yeah, I want a CD and a poster. And then when the guy was handing it to me, I was like, oh okay. So they had had a comic book and a print too, like a comic style print to go with this. This is what they used to look like. I think they used to come out with boob tape or nipple tape, whatever you want to call it. A little more risque, I guess. They weren't like that. They were wearing leather pants and stuff. and they were looking pretty sexy. Like, I don't know if sexy is the right word, but it was like Playboy sexy, you know? If that, you know, that kind of look. I think that the girl Carla has some kind of association with Playboy TV. I'm not too familiar with that, but so yeah, it had that kind of look to. They had that kind of look to them. Anyway, so yes, so the poster was this was $20 for the comic books. That's why I haven't opened it yet. But so the guy was bringing back the ringing up my what I wanted to get, and I was like, yeah, oh man, and can I get the poster? I mean the comic and the poster. You know, it was just one of those things where I basically bought everything. I just didn't buy a shirt. I don't know what the comic's about. But so yeah, it was cool. So then after I bought these, he was like, okay, cool. So then I'll give you that poster for free, the Jaeger poster. And then, you know, I got a picture with them. They signed my stuff, and then I got a picture with them. Here's that. You know, and I don't have any real video from that performance, but I would definitely suggest looking them up online. If you want to see what they look like live, it's really cool. So yeah, that was it. It was a great show. You know, I love shows like that where I see a really good band in a really cool place, especially bands I'd never heard of before. So that's been about it really that I can remember. One last thing I want to talk about is I remember last week. Not last week. I'm sorry. I watched the last video that I made, and I don't know. I guess I was visibly. I don't even know what the word is, but towards the end I was like, wow, man, I really look like I'm pretty angry there. Which is kind of weird, just because I'm usually a pretty laid back person. So you could, I think that really just goes to show how much certain things were stressing me out at the time. So I want to clarify that now, like all that's taken care of, and I feel really positive about school. Again, like I've had been, you know, it's really, which everybody should be. So yeah, I just want to say that everything's, and I just feel really, really good and stuff. So yeah, that's been it. That has been the high points of my last 3 weeks or so. And thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you guys hopefully in a week. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.